Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of... I settled on Infuser Abuser, because I just think that's... If you can't do alliteration, you might as well do some rhyming, am I right? So this episode's going to be focused... We're doing bandits still. I know I said Enchanting still last time, but... We're going to do some higher level bandit content, so... I think every single... bandit camp we're going to do has a named bandit boss. So we're going to start off with Valtheim. The classic. Run into another troll here that we're going to need some friends to help us with. So what better friends than those that we can find at Valtheim? Just a classic Valtheim shenanigans. Not level 1 or 2 this time, but we're also not doing a ranged mage build or archery build, so we need a little bit more levels, a little bit more tankiness here before we take on these guys. Just making sure that we're doing some strafing action to avoid getting hit from the archers. Normally it's pretty reliable that you don't really get hit. Here I almost get caught. But, I luckily spaced enough that I'm not punished by the two-handed attack power attack that was coming for me. So normally when doing Valtheim, this is one of the more dangerous parts is once you finish dealing with the initial horde of melee bandits, following up against all of these archers, because there's usually like 7 or 8 archers all shooting at you at once. Here we're just trying to get our health above like 75%, just in case we do take a shot to the face or a critical hit from a longbow, wood elf longbow. Here we get some guys helping us out a little bit here. I think they felt a little bad about the uneven advantage they had, so they were like, okay, well, I'll just kill myself. So, you know, to each their own. Just clean up these guys. Luckily, if you spend enough time fighting the melee bandits, backpedaling and strafing, these guys will run out of ammo by the time that you're trying to deal with them, so they just run at you with their melee weapons, which is nice. I wish the projectile block when you block with your shield was a little bit more reliable. Sometimes it feels like you do it and it just doesn't matter. Like, you can try and perfectly hold your shield up and to the right, so it feels like it's gonna block arrows, but they still like shoot your feet or whatever. Here we go. It's showtime. Elsie's coming. We gotta run away. Try and get some space. Make sure that we're topped off on stamina and health, because she's coming for you, and she's a toughie here. Her and her lady entourage here. What is it? A harem? Elsie and her harem. Yeah, and then this dark elf was giving us the business, of course. OP dark elves with their wards and power attacks and the spiked club. I'm always surprised by how much damage the iron spiked club does, and I think it swings faster than a normal mace, if I'm not mistaken. So the power attacks cover a larger distance and come out faster than I anticipate a lot of times. Here we get lucky. And this is why you kind of do this, like when you're kiting backwards, you want to try and kite through as much terrain as possible, because you never know where Skyrim is going to start doing Skyrim things with their NPCs, and they're going to get all glitched out and stuff. So, but here it's like, I don't know who it's more OP for. Is it OP for her or OP for me? Because she can space me out insanely well with that steel battle staff. And just a regular swing there, half my health gone. And she can swing that thing super fast. So, very, very scary. And we'll see here that she actually, the space, like, she can hit me from farther away than I can bash her. And I don't want to approach here with this other, yeah, see how, it's just way too dicey. So we opt for the separating them out a little bit. She did her power attack and kind of dislodged herself from where she was stuck, so we got lucky there. But you know, it wouldn't be a Meech combat without tanking a power attack to the face. And I just went ahead and skipped. It's just me standing there while she's stuck, waiting for my magic to regen so I can heal myself. But here, when it's just her, we can kind of get closer and we can time our blocks. And this is the real power of sunlight and infusions together. It's just perma stagger with, and our shield bashes actually do some decent damage with infusions, even without the bashing perks. There, I accidentally used 2 of my Nox scrolls, but that's okay. I just give myself another one. I'm going up to 30 evasion for the spellcasting perk, up to 20 illusion for, of course, the shadow shield and dual casting perks, or shadow cloak, I should say. Kind of going back and forth. I don't really need the magic early because I have a lot of magic regen from Apprentice Stone, and I'm not using that much magic with my infusions since I'm Apprentice Stone. So I opt for still kind of going back and forth between stamina and health. On to Lost Knife Hideout. So another named bandit, high level bandit dungeon. And you'll see that I start to get a little bit more aggressive here with my my cuts that I'm making here in between combats. Just to kind of speed things along, keep the action front of mind. So yeah, that's the deadly combo. There is you shield bash, stagger them. You do a ton of damage with your shield bashes. Then you hit them with your mace, shield bash them again, and you're just perma staggering. And while you're doing that, you're doing a bunch of damage. And it'll get even more nutty once we start taking shield bashing perks.
Think you can kill me? Dog.
So right now, in these fights, the only thing that's really dangerous to me are the archers, and that's why I'm kind of opting for illusion levels, so that I can get some range damage reduction.
Thought I heard something.
Here we go. Oop. These wooden clubs are such a meme. The fact that they break is hilarious. So if the wooden clubs break when you hit them, wouldn't they just normally break when they hit you with the wooden club? I don't know. It doesn't really make a ton of sense there. All right, into the bandit room here. Not the cleanest, but luckily the build doesn't really require us to be super clean. I mean, we are light armor with very few defensive, like no defensive schools of magic or anything right now. So we will get hella punished if we take like a power attack or something. But just some chip damage here and there is not too bad because we can always heal back up after each combat with our heal self. And even during combat, since we have so much magic regen from our sunlight weapons, we can heal up nicely. And now our stamina woes are woes no moes because we have the shield bash or the experience blocking perk, letting us get some much needed stamina where we need. But even so, we're rocking 216 stamina base just from our food and enhanced constitution and stuff. So not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. Here we got Hashvar or Halvar. Halvar. He is super scary because his Warhammer has an absorb stamina enchant on it. So not only do you lose stamina when you get hit, just like you normally would, and I think you lose a lot when you get hit by Warhammers. Like you lose more stamina from Warhammers, getting hit by Warhammers than you do by like getting hit by swords. I think that's how it works. Not only do you lose from that, but you also lose from his absorb stamina enchant on there. So he can really just like suck all of your stamina away. And then you're just a sitting duck for his big damage. But no worries for this build. We just bash him down and strike him with the sun. Plunge back up to health. I mean to full. That way, if we take a crossbow to the face, we don't die. Or if we get surprise, crossbow surprise. More crossbows than you think. Ooh. If we had decided to tank one more dagger hit to get our stamina up even more, we would have just died there. Because I think I went down to like 7 health. And that's the danger of fighting these wood elf crossbowmen and Khajiit crossbow. Is if they have a ton of range penetration, and then if you get crit, you're done. You're done. Here there are 2 Apprentice lock chests, and I only had 1 scroll left. So I don't know if this was a good idea or not, but you'll see that I opt to use my double level up that I'm about to get here from all of my insights that I've gotten. I go up to Alteration 20, and then I end up leveling up twice. So I have 2 perks, and I end up just putting both perks into Alteration for the novice casting, and then for the dual casting. Yeah, here we go. Just so that I can use my knock spell and open up this next chest. In hindsight, don't know how smart that is, especially since I really need illusion to be able to tank arrow hits, because that's kind of like the one thing right now that's getting me closest to dying is getting hit by ranged attacks. Just clean up the stragglers here before we move on for our quest for the Meech manor. You knew it was coming. Here we are in Falkreath, ready to go take on Smuggler Sanctuary. And technically, Smuggler Sanctuary isn't really a high-level bandit per se, but it does have a named boss, so there's that. Using our newly acquired dual-casted mage armor for a little bit extra tankiness. Now we're rocking the high 440 armor rating. Just do so much damage. And that's with just the first sun weapon perk at 35 and the very first infusion. However, we are Dunmer for extra infusion damage. I don't think we get more infusion damage from Julianos until we get the Elder Scroll, but yeah. We did have some pretty positive feedback on the first video, so thank you everybody for that. I'm glad people seem to be enjoying this kind of format. I know y'all were probably missing the strange, incoherent babbling of Meech's stream of consciousness here. So glad to be able to provide that for y'all in a very loosey-goosey sort of format. Yeah, these guys just it's almost bullying at this point for these bandits. It's really only the ranged ones that we have to worry about. All the melee guys, we can just shield bash, stagger. Oh, and look when I say that. Guess what happens? In true fashion, we take a power attack to the face from a steel quarterstaff. Probably should just run around and heal, but it's fine. We can pretty reliably stagger him there with our weapon shield bash, our weapon bash, and then just heal back up to full, or close to it at least, in case he's a ranged bandit. And guess what? He is a ranged bandit. But still, just absolute destruction. And voila, Smuggler Sanctuary done. Let's go get me a house. Yeah, I'm going all into Enchanting. I'll try and get Enchanting up to level 60 first, because so we can get the AoE infusion damage. I think that's more important at this point than the Respite. Even though Respite is really good, especially for sunlight weapons. We have blocking that we can use to get stamina back if we need to. So having the AoE is just really nice. And then here, like usual, fighting ranged bandits, getting chunked down to half in one shot. You love to see it. We're just making our way over to Meech Manor, clearing up the trash on our way. Yeah, like Dwarven bolts from a steel crossbow. If we get crit, then it's over. It's all over. And look at this. Like this, you guys don't have to watch me put together Meech Manor for the 1000th time. So everybody wins. Here, I don't know why I did this, but I took a second Nord mead, which took away my vegetable soup buff. So now I'm just sitting with 2 alcohol buffs, or maybe just the 1 actually, and 2 detriments, and no main food course buff. So that's fine. I think I realize it while I'm going through here, but I just don't care enough to worry about it. Our stamina's not too bad, especially now that we've gotten we put a couple of level ups into stamina, so we have some of the derived stamina regen now, so it's not super punishing like before. Pretty soon I'll be able to take a different amulet besides Kinnereth, because I won't need that extra 20 stamina. Won't be as necessary.
Won't get away with that.
I think that was a dark elf. I don't know much about Elder Scrolls lore, just enough from you know, quickly skipping all the dialogue in all situations from all of Oblivion dialogues and Skyrim dialogues, so you know, not that much. But I don't think dark elves are usually gonna be worshipping Ysmir. Am I right? Who knows? Probably not. All right, we got the last straggler in this area.
This what you want, huh?
Reliably 3 hitting these guys, sometimes 2 hitting. All right, going into the next area. Bumping up. On we go. Here we try and bait out the trickster spells before we leave, but she just has to summon spell, so take care of the wolf so we don't get nibbled in the ass while we're trying to run away here and get our stamina sucked. Freaking dark elves, dude. I know I'm a dark elf myself here, and this is why I don't feel bad when I do my my spell swapping animation canceling, because when you have to fight these stupid Dunmer with their wards and their quick slashes, it's like, Just evening the playing field. Yet again, another common theme. Ranged bandits giving us the business. With their enchanted arrows and bolts. This is why it may have been smarter to not put 2 perks into alteration and just go ahead and put 2 perks into illusion, get the dual cast and the first rank of Shadow Cloak, and be able to more easily handle these hits from ranged bandits. But the allure of having dual casted knock was too great. I just had to do it.
Time date. We're on.
Here we get the classic Riel stuck on the door. And we have died to her getting stuck like this before. Because we go up and we're like, oh, look at her, she's stuck, what an idiot. And then she power attacks and gets unstuck. And the rest is history. The rest, I think even on a previous, when I was trying to stream this build, we died to Riel like that. Or maybe it was a different build that we were doing. But it was pretty recently that we died to Riel from her being stuck. Here I just get a little spooked from the ranged bandits here. So I opt to take a Fortify health potion. And I opt to use a summon scroll here. Just because, like, what if we take a hit from 2 of these guys and at the same time Riel comes unstuck and comes for our ass, if you know what I mean. But here, better safe than sorry. Can't take your scrolls with you when you die, so you might as well use them. Plus, they're just scamps, so they're pretty much just good for baiting. She just like bash his face in. That's our move, Riel. That's our move.
I'll never get tired of killing these bastards.
Here, she's not too tough with Sunlight build. Luckily, her shield doesn't have magic resist anymore, so she's just as susceptible to magic damage as all the rest of them. She may have some perks, but it's no matter. And voila, the armor is ours. And we get a nice little carry weight too. Still on the hunt for our Grand Soul Gem here, so that we can get our first effigy. First effigy is definitely going to be the Soul Manipulator. It's got no downside for this build. And here, I'm so distracted by the Surpassing Potion that I take the spikes to the face. But luckily, I have enough armor and health that it's not too close. I definitely have died there before. And here is this was our last bandit camp for the video, so I'm just gonna go through here. I think I opt for illusion, if I'm not mistaken. An illusion perk. Continuing getting our enchanting up, level up, grab an illusion perk. But yeah, this one was, I did an hour of recording and then I ended up trimming down to like 24 minutes or so, however long this has been. So trying to keep it action centric for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this continuation of bandit destruction. This time at least it was a bit higher level bandits. Here I'm just debating on what I want to do, but then I remember that I've just been almost dying to ranged bandits this whole time, so maybe we take illusion. And we do. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and we will continue in the next episode. Hopefully, we continue to be alive, because we're 2 episodes deep now, so that's a lot of editing. But thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.